everybody, how are you today? And welcome back to the series Being a Montessori Parent. Today I'm going to be talking about how we as parents can invoke the skill of setting boundaries in our child. You will agree with me when I say that we cannot live like an island. We are constantly surrounded by other human beings and we are interacting with them constantly. So having healthy relationships becomes an integral part of the child's life. Now, we all know that Dr. Montessori emphasizes that we give our child the skills that they need and then we allow them to take over their own life. It's true even in this area of relationships. If we want our child to have healthy relationships in their life, it's very important that we impart this invaluable skill of setting their own boundaries. So here I'm going to talk about how we as parents can help this process happen in the child. So to begin with, we need to understand the process of boundary setting. There are steps that lead us to set boundaries. The first is dealing with life situations. What are life situations? Life situations is anything that happens in your life. Dealing with these life situations is the first step. As we or the child deals with the life situations, they will develop belief systems based on the consequences and the experience of dealing with these life situations. These belief systems stay with them and later on they use these belief systems as a basis to set boundaries for themselves. So the process of boundary setting is dealing with life situations. You then form belief systems which in turn leads you to make boundaries. So I think the process of setting boundaries is crucial for every relationship. We don't have to let go of relationships. All we need to do is set boundaries so that we have a healthy relationship. In this process of dealing with life situations, belief systems and boundaries, where do you think we as parents can really help our child? Yeah, you guessed it right. We can help them in the first stage, that is dealing with life situations. This is where we play a crucial role in helping them form belief systems on the basis of which they can set boundaries for themselves and have healthy relationships in their life. So to start off, now what do I do then as a parent? How do I help them deal with life situations? I want to give you an example of cycling. If any of you have taught your child cycling, you will relate to this example. In the beginning, when you're teaching them a cycle with just two wheels, balance is the crucial part and they don't have that yet. So what do? We hold them at the back. First you hold them front and back and you take them, and then slowly you let go of your front hand and you hold the back until the child gets a balance, and one day you see they don't even need you to hold on and they are cycling really well. This is how we teach cycling, and this is so true for many other areas in our life, but let's relate it to setting boundaries. Similarly, we will have to give them a framework based on which they will have belief systems and therefore will be able to make good boundaries. So for them to set boundaries, we need to be very active during the role where they are dealing with life situations. So now I'm going to talk about what is it that we can do during dealing with life situations. The first one we all know is choices, giving children choices. So when you give a choice, there is a natural consequence. When this consequence happens, the child makes a belief system. And based on this belief system, he will make a boundary. Let me give you an example. Suppose your child has a friend over and they are playing with toys and your child does not want to share. So you give a choice. You share with him and you have a fun time, or you don't share with him and he goes away and you are bored. The child chooses whichever way. he has a consequence. So if he chooses to share, he has a fun time, that's the consequence. If not, he does not have a fun time, he's bored, and that's the consequence. And this will give him a belief system that if I want to have fun with my friends, I have to share my things. And so when they have making boundaries, they will make a boundary that I will share with him, but I will not give it to him to take it home. So that's a boundary that he sets. This way, the first way to deal with life situations with children is give them choices, see natural consequences that are happening, and belief systems are going to happen on their own. The next one is observing the world around them. We all know that children learn by imitation. Just by observing in the environment, children develop belief systems which will help them in their boundaries. Appreciating individualness, like for example, the uniqueness that's in your child, the fact that he is another being, that is proven by the fact that he has opinions. So discussing, like while dealing with a situation, it doesn't have to always be what we say. So if he has another opinion, you want to hear what that opinion is, and maybe you can be flexible. It may be a better idea than what you think about. This way you're equipping. Remember that two hands turning into one hand. Now we are trying to withdraw. We want to take ourselves away so that the child can take over. So this is exactly the time when you need to start discussing. So what do you think? And that way the child is starting to get involved in these dealing with these life situations, and therefore his belief systems are very much his own, and he can set his boundaries appropriately for himself. Respect and gratitude. These are again the belief systems which come with dealing with life situations. For example, if you have a friend who's very, very close to you and they give you a gift that you don't like, you're not going to tell them, I don't like this gift, why did you give it to me? You are the life situation there, you teach the child, or even you do it, that you, to say thank you for the gift, and even though I don't like it. So the child may question you, why should I say thank you when I don't like it? So that's when we are giving them the knowledge that you're saying thank you for the act that they thought about you. They bought you a gift. That's why we're thankful for that. And that is respect. And this gets into their belief system. Respecting people, respecting feelings, respecting others' boundaries. That is also something which comes into the belief system, and because of this they make their own boundaries which are going to help them in their relationships. Now we are coming into that area where we want to let the child take over, and that is opportunities. The next time as your children are growing and you're observing by discussion that the child is ready to set his own boundaries, you're gonna have to let go, withdraw, and let them set their own boundaries. By now the child, just like how you're ready to let go of the hand and this child can cycle on his own, he is ready to cycle on their own in their lives by making their own boundaries. And that is going to happen only when you see opportunities and you let them take those opportunities. These are some ways you can help the child deal with life situations and develop belief systems that will help them set boundaries, and so they will have healthy relationships. So to summarize, we rely on choice and the natural consequences that it brings with it. We are going to be very aware of the world that the child is observing. We are going to appreciate the uniqueness of the child, and so they start discussing and they have ideas of their own. We're going to bring in respect and gratitude in the child's life so they see how this can be a possibility for their belief systems, and we're also going to give them opportunities to make their own boundaries, set their own boundaries, and most importantly, being aware of boundaries that are set by others. So to make all this happen, there are some things that you need to do, and one thing is to communicate. If you don't communicate what is the boundary that you have set, it's very difficult for the other person to understand it. So telling children to communicate. So for example, there's a child who is hitting another child. It's important for us to give the verbalization. What the child needs to do is like, please stop hitting me, that hurts me. And this is where the power of boundary setting comes. Not letting people take you for granted, or not letting people just walk all over you, is also very, very important for the child. So if somebody is bullying them, standing up to them and telling them why that's not right, or why they don't like it, or how they would like to be treated. That is another thing. When you're setting boundaries, it's always good to set boundaries in the positive, that is what you want, rather than what you don't want, so that it attracts the positive energy and it helps the relationship grow in a positive way. So I think that by responding to life situations authentically, we are developing belief systems which help us form boundaries which are healthy, and this leads to wonderful relationships in our life. However, there is one very important thing that we need to do once all this is going on, is revisiting our belief systems. So even for your child, they may have formed some belief system based on when they were very much younger, but always revisiting and asking, is it fitting the purpose? Some life situation has given them a belief system which no longer is purposeful, so we may have to change it. So this way, revisiting and helping them to revisit, teaching them how to revisit boundaries and belief systems are also very, very important for our child's relationships to be healthy. So I think with this, we are giving them all the skills that they need to be able to go out there, interact with people, and have a wonderful time. So if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to press the subscribe button. I do post videos every week. If you subscribe, you get to know that they have been posted. If you want to know more about Formative Age, please do visit www.formativeage.in. Thank you for listening, and bye-bye.